You're listening to the Breakaway Breakdown, a bi-weekly podcast featuring breakaway roping's top talents from the professional level down to the amateurs, news, and more. We're going to be covering the fastest sport on dirt. I'm your host, Kaitlin Gustave. This episode is brought to you by Equinity. Stay tuned for the commercial break to learn more. Hey, and thank you for joining in to the first official episode of the Breakaway Breakdown podcast. I'm your host, Kaitlin Gustave, and I am so excited that you're here. Today on this first episode, we have some top talents in the industry. I got the chance to sit down and talk to the big winners of the Women's Rodeo World Championships, which just finished up on October 29th at the South Point Arena in Las Vegas. So on this episode today, we're going to get to hear from the Breakaway Roping World Champ, Madison Uther, the All-Around Champ, Shelby Boisjoli, and if you stick around and stay tuned through the whole episode, you're going to get to hear a special audio piece with the one and only National Cowgirl Hall of Famer, Larry D. Guy, who is just inducted. You're going to get to listen to her inductee speech. So some awesome stuff on this first episode. So to kick it off, we're going to first hear from Madison Outhier, who showed up and showed out in the final round of the Women's Rodeo World Championship in the South Point Arena on Friday, October 29th in Las Vegas. She blitzed a quick 1.91 second run to win the final performance and take home her second consecutive WRWC Breakaway Roping World title and a paycheck for $60,000. That cowgirl is rank. If you pay any attention to breakaway roping, you know her name. So enjoy this interview with Madison Outhier. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know who's more excited because I'm like fangirling because it's Madison Uther and she is a rank little cowgirl.
Well, thank you.
Madison, you are back-to-back Women's Rodeo World Championship Breakaway Roping Champion.
I know. I can't even put it into words, really.
It's so insane.
Uh-huh.
We talked, the day before coming out here?
Mm-hmm.
And I asked you, are you feeling any pressure? What are you feeling like going into this? You're going into the same as you did in previous years where you have to go through all the qualifying rounds. How do you do it?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know what I did to deserve such a great horse. He's, oh my gosh, Brewster. I mean, I owe everything to him, and I just was thankful that it all worked out. I mean, I was the cut for the progressive round and to get to the semifinals round, and I had to sit back there and experience that, which I don't put on anybody because that was the most stressful thing I've ever been through. But I mean, it just goes to show, I mean, it's it's almost just, it's a God thing, I really think, and I'm just so blessed and so humbled and lucky to be in this position again, really.
You are officially my first guest on the new Breakaway podcast, the Breakaway Breakdown. And this is something I want to do. Break down that final round where you were 1-9. Holy crap. Break that down for me. What the heck?
Yeah, I just watched Shelby be 2-0 and then Bailey Bates be 2-1. And, that honestly, it just turns a spark on in me, and I get so amped up. And I mean, when Shelby roped that 2-0, I was like, I love Shelby and I love all those girls, and we rope against each other every week, but I was just like, game on. It just, I get so amped up. And so, I mean, you'll see me back there, I'm clapping my hands, I love this. This is, Jade Connor calls me the gamer, and I really do think I'm starting to live up to it because, I mean, I love this stuff. And just sitting back here watching the start of the show with the videos, the WCRA does such an amazing job with the production, and the introduction that they had was spot on. And I mean, I was tearing up back here standing next to Jackie watching it. I mean, this is what we rodeo for, is to be in positions like this. And I'm so thankful that the WCRA put such a great show on for us girls, and it's it's amazing. But yeah, no, so going into that run, I was just amped up, ready to go. I knew I had to start down by now. I broke the barrier on my first cap this week, but since then I've been hitting it. Once I kind of figured it out, me and Rooster just kind of get locked on together, and it's another asset I feel like I have with him is the start. And you know, I pushed it pretty hard, I think, in the last 2 rounds, but I was really confident still. And right there, you know, I knew I had to make that throw, and it worked out. I mean, I blew the barrier out, and I had a shot right there, and I took it, and he breaks the rope off so fast, and it just worked out.
Now, tell me, because I kept noticing your dad is crouched down on the right side of you in the box at the front. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I'm going to say the only thing that I would change about Rooster, sometimes he will break wide. So my dad has kind of gotten a habit the past month of crouching down on that right side, just so I don't feel like he would have broke wide if my dad wouldn't be there, but he just kind of, I guess, makes him feel like better about it. And, you know, in these positions where we have to be so precise on the barrier, I mean, just an inch wider, the horse breaking, you know, an inch wider to the right, you know, I could have broke the barrier right there, and, you know.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, he does it. So in the back of his mind, it's helping.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And I talked to Shelby Boisjoli already, and she said if you're running for 40,000 and Madison's there, you can bet your butt she's gonna win it. Like, how? I keep saying how. I don't, like, it's insane.
I don't know. I just, you know, I get in the zone, and like I said, I feed on this energy and these stages that we get put on, and, you know, I feel like that's why I've been able to have success in the AT&T Stadium. I love these big stages, and I'm so thankful that Breakaway's getting put on more and more big stages because it's so much fun. And this is, you know, more than making a living in rodeo. This is what I do it for. I mean, it's amazing, and to get compete against these girls and then have this magnitude of money, and then now with these awesome productions and everything that goes into it, it's just it makes the sport for me.
Yeah. I know we talked about it. You were coming off of a kind of hard summer. And to come here and just have the success, like, how does that feel? I mean, it, like you said, we talked about it earlier. The pro rodeo road was way different. Different setups, different ball game.
No, it feels so good. I mean, I was at probably the lowest of my career mentally after this summer and during this summer. And so just to, you know, kind of see my confidence come back and be able to capitalize on it when I am, you know, have that confidence. Like tonight, I had so much confidence, and it's not cockiness, but I'm just so, you know, feel in the zone and feel confident in my roping. And so, you know, to have that back like I was when I feel like I roped here last year, it's an awesome feeling. And, you know, when you're roping for this much money, it's really good to be confident. So
yeah.
It's awesome.
No, I would never put cocky next to your name. Never, ever.
I hope that would never be something that's...
No, yes. Definitely not. Confident, yes. Cocky, no.
It's good.
It's so good. And so, 60,000, again, what's that going to do for you right now?
Oh, it's going to, you know, help so much. This summer was really hard financial-wise, too. You know, I had parents that were there with me, but, you know, it's hard, and so being in college now too, I have a lot of expenses that I've never had before, and you know, I'm saving up most of my money that I've won from the previous years of doing well at the American and this rodeo last year, and I'm saving it up, and hopefully, you know, gonna build a business one day with it all. So it definitely helps with all the day-to-day expenses, but I definitely get to, you know, put a big chunk aside for my future plans too, which, you know, is so amazing and I'm so thankful for. So
future plans, what can we have a glimpse into Madison Uthier's future?
Yeah, it's not planned out completely yet, but I'm in the business school at A&M, and I love business, and my grandpa, he's an entrepreneur, and you know, he's amazing. He's my role model, Lou Waters, and I just want to kind of build a career like he has on doing businesses. I'm sure some will involve breakaway roping in the industry, and I never think I will leave this industry at all. So I'm super excited to have big dreams and goals on, making it better. And so I hope I can create things and ways to achieve that.
No, that's awesome. That is awesome. And I keep going back. Last time we talked, you said that you've been to South Point before. You've never roped here. You've been here for the Buck and Horse Futurities with your dad. How cool was that? Back in the box at South Point Arena.
It's awesome. Oh, it's such an amazing place. I've never really kept horses here before, and so, it was an amazing facility. The arena is awesome. The stands are awesome. The people that came and watched tonight were awesome. The energy was great. It's a great spot to be so close to your horses. I got to come check on Rooster like 3-4 times a day because it was so convenient just to come down from the room. So it was an awesome facility. I'm super grateful that the WCRA put us here. It was awesome.
Yeah. And WCRA, they've obviously been huge for you in your career. Give me the ins. What's your favorite thing about this association?
Definitely, putting us athletes first. Like, they truly do. And they put in such a good production, and social media is so great, and they're just all of their promotional things now on CBS, and it just showcases the sport so well, I think. And they've done such a great job on trying to create this new era of rodeo and expanding it and promoting it on such a high level. And I think it's done wonders, especially for the sport of breakaway, let alone now all the women's sports and events. And it's amazing just to come and be a part of their productions. It's one of a kind.
Yeah. And I love it too. Like, they keep saying, like, it's cool. You have the challenger and you have the pro, and you're competing against the Larry D guys. Like, you're considered a pro too, but you're competing against the ladies that have been here, done that, and you're competing against the kids that are still getting into the sport. How cool is that to be able to just go out there and be able to compete with all levels?
It's so awesome, and getting to compete at this stage with Larry D and Hope and Jackie, JJ, Kelsey. I mean, yes, we get to rope against each other, at a lot of different places now, but on stages like this, everything is amplified. And so, I mean, everybody's performance is watched so much carefully, and it's just awesome to get to rope on such a cool platform with them.
Yeah. Now, what's next?
Whoa. Well, I fly to a college rodeo at 6 a.m.
Oh, no.
And so I'll be leaving this hotel at 4 a.m. To go there to Lake Charles, Louisiana. And then I have a lot going on during the NFR. I'll be coming to Vegas the whole 12 days, I think, and roping every single day and doing the Resist All Rookie stuff, which will be super exciting. And so I have a lot of big money ropings coming up during Vegas, even though it's not the NFR. I'm thankful for all those great productions too during that time, and all the money putting into it now. It's going to be a great couple weeks of ropings there for us.
Yeah, and I always say it too, like, you're the champion at the first timers. And so like you just said, the Resist All Rookie thing. You are the first ever Resist All Rookie breakaway roping champion.
Yeah.
That's a pretty sweet title to have.
That's an amazing title to have, and I'm just, it's so special. Like I kind of talked about before, to me and my family and my dad for winning that in the previous years. It's a really big deal to me and my family, so that's just a huge accomplishment. And I'm so thankful that they included breakaway roping this year. It's really awesome.
No, that's exciting.
Yes.
Big things are coming. Big things are happening.
Yes, it's awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Maddie, and congratulations. I can't get over this win.
Thank you so much. Me either.
Equinety Horse XL and Equinety Ultimate OEC helps keep horses' bodies in the best shape possible when competing and going down the road. The amino acids in Equinety products help horses both at home and on the road. Horses recover faster and overall have healthier coat and hoof quality. Equinety products are a go-to for a solid supplement foundation for all horses at any stage of life, no matter what their job is. Equinety Horse XL is made up of 100% pure amino acids, specifically formulated to give the body what it needs in order to promote repair at the cellular level. The Equinety Ultimate OEC is a flaxseed-based omega-3 with natural vitamin E and colloidal silver all in one, which makes for a very powerful antioxidant, helps neutralize free radicals, and helps to reduce inflammation. For more information, please visit www.teamequinety.com. That is www.teamequinety.com. Wow, I love talking to Madison. She is one of the good little cowgirls out there. Now, you're going to get to listen to the one and only Shelby Boisjoli. She is the 2021 regular season WPRA PRCA Breakaway Roping Standings leader. And she is about to be headed to the National Finals of Breakaway, which is going to be held back in Las Vegas. So right now, we're talking to her about her Women's Rodeo World Championship All-Around Cowgirl title. The Canadian cowgirl secured that championship title from team roping as a heeler and in the breakaway roping, taking top honors at the event, which was held October 27th through the 29th. Shelby won second in the breakaway roping behind Madison Uther, which paid $20,000 after she roped her final calf in 2.02 seconds. And she was heeling for the top-ranked women healer in the world who was heading. That's Whitney DeSalvo. Shelby was healing for her, and they ended up slipping a leg. They were at 11:56 in the final round. But even though they did that, Shelby still got a lead on her team roping partner, Whitney DeSalvo, in the all-around standings by 120.75 points. So she ended her week at the Women's Rodeo World Championships with 1,493.5 points to earn herself that all-around title, plus a $20,000 bonus. So we are so excited, and I can't wait for you guys to listen to this episode with Shelby. Enjoy. Holy cow, Shelby. You just had a phenomenal week in Las Vegas for the Women's Rodeo World Championship and won the all-around title. Did you think you had a shot? Like, there were so many of you that had a shot at winning that.
No, and honestly, like, I was just having fun healing the whole time. I guess that's probably why it worked out, because we didn't stress about it, but we were literally just having fun, and then all of a sudden we were like, holy smokes, we have a chance here. Like, a real chance right here. So.
Yeah. And what people, like, I don't feel like people really realize it because they see you on the breakaway stage all the time. They don't realize, like, you did heal a lot growing up, like, right? That was like one of your main things. Yeah,
and it was really cool for me because I spent hours and hours and hours, and I've healed so many steers growing up, and I haven't had a whole lot of success in the team roping, and I was always waiting for that big breakthrough. And 2 years later, I hadn't picked up a heel rope. 2 years later, Whitney DeSalvo calls me to heel for, and I just told myself, this could be it. You've put in the hours and hours and hours, and I'm so glad that it paid off. It felt really good.
Yeah, you guys had a phenomenal run. And you had the highest ranked girl healer heading for you. Like, that was insane.
Yeah, and it was so fun. And she put me on a great horse, Becky, and Becky made it so easy. She's such a good horse. So I was grateful to Whitney. Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to figure out what heel horse that was.
Yes, Becky.
Yeah, Becky is ranked.
She's awesome. She's won a lot of money.
Yeah. So did you get to practice on Becky before coming here, or you just jumped on?
I jumped on, and we rocked on with it. She told me Becky was going to want to get to the inside a little bit, and I said, perfect. So we went at him.
Ready.
Yeah.
And so break down that final round in the team roping.
So the final round in the team roping, Whitney and I had the exact same game plan we had every time. We were just going to go at the steers and have fun. And, the steer just went left a little bit and heeled the steer, had 2 feet, and Whitney just got to the wall and wasn't able to pull him anymore. And I fumbled my dally a little bit and slipped a leg, but we were just grateful, and it was so awesome watching that final round. It was so intense, and the girls were turning in some great times, so it didn't matter how it went. We were just so pumped.
No,
it was
that
awesome.
Was literally fun team roping.
Yeah,
I loved watching it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, and so a lot of the girls tie on.
Yeah.
You're unique. You weren't tied on.
Yeah.
do you like to dally? What's your take on tying on versus dallying?
You know, a lot of people have a lot of different takes on it, and there's a lot of guys that say, shoot, if they would let me tie on, I would.
Yep.
But I feel like if they're going to let women tie on and they're not going to let men tie on because they think that we need some sort of advantage or handicap, yeah, screw that. I'm going to dally.
You heard Shelby. And obviously you didn't win the all-around title with just the team roping. You were pretty dominant in the breakaway.
Yeah, my breakaway roping wasn't great. I was pretty scared of the barrier in the first few rounds, and I was just trying to be safe to get to the final round. And I finally put some good runs together I guess when it counted. So I was glad that I was able to do that because my heeling really was like doing better than my breakaway. I was like, come on, Shelby.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I was like, come on, we do this every day.
And like that semifinals round, that was a little sketchy. Because your rope like came off the calf, but
I know I roped her deep and then it came off and it ran her through at the back end. But I was a little bit nervous because I got her so deep I didn't know if I got a front leg on the other side or not. But when they said clean, I was just like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, that flagger gave you a good call right there. Yeah. that was a hard call.
Yeah.
And tell me, walk me through that final round in the breakaway.
The final round in the breakaway was stressful, but I was the first girl out, and I was just gonna set the pace and make them beat me. And they made some great runs, and they dang sure Maddie definitely deserves that. So
yeah, Madison, this is like her setup. The
women's
rodeo.
Anytime there's like over 40,000 up, it's Maddie's setup.
Yeah, it's insane. It is insane.
Yeah, I've never seen. She's so clutch. She's awesome.
Yeah, that's why I think I talked to her a couple days before the event, and I was like, so are you feeling any pressure? She's like, no, I don't feel pressure.
Yeah, she told me, she's like, I just like black out, nod, kick, and throw. I was like, well, I definitely would going to try that next time.
You're like, I'm learning from you.
Just going to close her eyes and nod, kick, and throw.
Oh, my God. And you were riding your PRCA Horse of the Year. Tell me about that little mare.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. She's pretty honest, and she always knows. Yeah, she definitely just bit my traveling partner while we were doing this interview. So she's
feisty.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart, and I mean, she always gives me a good chance. Even when she messes up, I still have a chance to win on her. She tries so hard for me, and she gets upset when we don't do good, and she knows when we don't do good. She's awesome. I love her so much.
She is a good little mare.
Thank you.
And so now, coming off of this big win, you have a ton of money going into your bank account.
Yay.
How does that feel?
So exciting. I wish that we weren't in Vegas with all this money right now. So.
Yeah, you need to leave.
Yeah, I wish we were leaving tonight. So,
do not go down and gamble. Go to bed.
I gotta stay away from the casino. I know the roulette table was hard on me today, so I know. I don't know.
And now, after this big event, your next big one is the National Finals of Breakaway Roping?
Yeah, we go to Waco for the WPRA Finals, and then I guess the NFR Breakaway Roping at the New Orleans.
Yeah. Are you nervous? How are you feeling?
I don't know. I kind of feel like it's just a 10-head jackpot, and just go make the best run I can on every calf out there. I'm not really nervous for it, I guess, but just kind of treat it like everything else and just don't try and make too big of a deal of it.
Yeah, just go do what you do.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to be going for the all-around at Waco? Are you going to heel, head? What are you going to do?
No, I'm just going to breakaway rope. Yeah, probably just going to crack out this one time and then go back in hiding.
Yeah, retiring.
Yeah. No, I definitely do want to start team roping around again because it was really fun. So I know Haven and I broke in steers. We got to practice one time before I came here. I practiced that the morning before I flew out. And we broke in some steers and he strung them for me, and we were so excited to be team roping again. So I'm sure we'll be doing that a lot when we get back.
I'd say he cracks out every now and then too.
Yeah, he does. We both just kind of like are random team ropers. So.
Yeah. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
And he was out here with you, wasn't he? Or?
Yeah, he came out here for the first day, and then he had to go back to Texas and ride all of our horses and take care of everything, practice for the roping fiesta.
Yeah, so. You guys got a lot going on.
Yeah, there's always a lot going on.
Yeah. And so obviously we all know you're from Canada.
Yeah.
Your family, could they not be here, or,
Yeah, because of COVID restrictions and stuff, so they weren't able to come out this time, but I'm hoping that they'll be able to be here for the NFR, praying.
Yeah. Have you talked to them yet? Do they know what happened tonight?
Yeah, I actually had a good friend FaceTime them through the whole thing tonight, so I was really happy that they were able to watch it.
That's really cool. That's exciting. I know that's hard not being able to have your family with you.
It was tough.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, Shelby, you have a big night ahead of you because I feel like there's going to be a lot of celebrating.
I know. Our rig is taking home a big loot. So
who's in your rig?
So it was me, Shady Langston, Larry D, Hope Thompson.
Oh, no.
I'm trying to think of who else was in our rig. I'm not positive. We might have called a horse for Beverly. My horse is giving Amanda a back scratch now.
Yeah, Amanda Coleman is, she's getting a free massage. She didn't have to pay for South Point
Honestly,
Spa.
that's the least that she could get because I owe Amanda and Trace a lot for putting up with me all summer, and they've helped me a lot, and they didn't have to stay tonight, and I mean, they always show up, and they're always there. I mean, Amanda drove 5 hours to Guthrie to come and help me match rope last year against Jackie.
Yeah.
And turned out of a jackpot for it and didn't get her fees back. So I owe her for that. I literally owe them for everything. They're literally the best people, best traveling partners, best friends.
It's definitely cool to have people like that in your corner.
I'm so blessed. I mean, it's hard to come by people like that. I'm so lucky to have them.
Yeah, you're definitely fortunate.
Very. Very.
Awesome. Well, I hope that whole rig has a safe drive home because you guys have a lot of money.
Yes. We're going to have to lock the trailer up.
Yeah.
So.
Well, congratulations, Shelby.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shelby. Thanks for being on the podcast. Now, we're going to finish this episode listening to the one and only legend, Larry D. Guy, giving her speech at the National Cowgirl Hall of Fame inductee luncheon.
This is the ultimate. I gotta put my readers on because I got a good speech for you guys. Gotta find it. Thank you isn't enough to my family and friends, especially my mom and dad, Mary and Larry, for believing in this little girl with a rope. To my sponsors, most of whom are here today, who believed in what I do long before it was even trendy. And to the National Cowgirl Hall of Fame, thank you for giving us a forever place to hang our hats. I came here years ago to the opening of the Cowgirl Hall of Fame, and I remember slowly walking around, soaking in all the stories and mementos of the women enshrined here. Stories like that of Fern Sawyer, inducted in 1976, spoke as true to me today as it did in the 1940s. When I think of the guts and grit that she must have had, smashing her hat down to compete with the best cowboys of her day, summering up all the courage and gumption inside of herself because of her belief that she was worthy of more than the mediocrity being offered to women of her day. It's cowgirls like Fern Sawyer, Sissy Thurman, Betty Gale Cooper, Wanda Bush, Jackie Worthington, honored within these walls, who carry themselves with the ultimate dignity, but were unwilling to settle and accept things because they believed in a future others couldn't imagine. They had faith in, just as I do, the values of the American West of the cowgirl and the unseen promises those values bring to lives of women everywhere. You see, those beliefs in the values of independence, freedom, and grit move them to push this little snowball up a mountain. And with every snappy loop they threw, every little girl they impressed, and every bronc they covered, that snowball grew. But the mountain was high, and they started at the bottom. Women across the decades since have picked up that torch in every association and walk of life. Town by town, little dusty arena by little dusty arena, that snowball grew, and more young girls eager to help joined in. And then suddenly, in what just seemed like a few short years, those young girls and those parents who believed in them helped us push that snowball over the peak of the mountain. And it rumbled down the other side like an avalanche with a life of its own. That avalanche will unearth talents you haven't seen, events you haven't dreamed of, and the landscape of roping in the Western world will be completely reshaped in its wake. And when the earth settles around us, I'm hopeful that it's those new talents, those bright beacons of hope, grit, and leadership that you see, that you write about, and that you talk about. My hope is for those women of the next generation and those who come after to not just be grateful. We didn't get here with pure gratitude. We got here with gratitude and the pursuit of something more, the belief that we deserved more and were worthy of more. The cowgirls enshrined in this museum weren't just grateful, no. They are here because they kept pushing up that mountain. And there will be more mountains in front of the next generation of cowgirls. In what form, we don't know yet. But by remembering not to rest in our gratitude, not to settle, that is where our strengths lie. Thank you.
Thank you all for tuning in and joining this venture with us. This is brand new. This is brand new for the Breakaway Roping Journal, and I am so excited that you're here. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button anywhere you listen to podcasts at. Leave us a rating and review. That really will help us out. It helps people find us, and tell your friends. We want this to grow. We want this to be great, and we want to talk to more awesome breakaway ropers because we are covering the fastest sport on dirt. Remember, this episode is brought to you by Equinity.